funny. Let me play it again.
No.
This is in the UK. They don't have. You see, she didn't have a gun. I don't think she had a taser either. All she had was a little baton, and the dude was just like, "No, no," and then he just like trots away.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He didn't even run. He just like kind of like slightly jogged.
Like,
that wasn't even a full jog.
that was in the UK. That couldn't happen here. You know, he would have got tackled. They would have bit him.
Definitely.
Dogs to buy.
And then she starts running after him like,
yeah. Let's watch it one more time because that shit is
No.
it's so retarded, man. I don't know. I saw that clip and I thought it was funny just because the way he just shoved off of her, and then he kind of like act like he was gonna hit her, and she turned her head, and then he just
trots away.
Oh,
I got away.
I tricked you.
Versus Savage. Hey ladies, if he doesn't buy you a gift within the first 3 months of y'all talking, he won't like you like that. Versus Savage. Hey ladies, if he doesn't buy you a gift within the first 3 months of y'all talking, he won't like you like that. Versus Savage.
What'd you think?
Okay, this is my thoughts on that. I agree. Okay, especially
Wow,
in
that
today's
surprised
day and
me.
age. Okay, I'm pretty sure it did. However, you have to think about today's day and age, where we have nothing but savages running all over the place. No offense, you guys. Savages, ow. Okay, okay, but savages gets nowhere in life. Okay, you can build relationships on being as savage as you want to be, but in the end, the relationships will fail once the person realizes just how ugly you have been being within. Okay, nobody wants to continue a relationship like that. It will fail eventually. However, if you're in a relationship, you guys been going out 3 months. I believe in 50-50 relationships, okay? If you want to be spoiled, you ought to spoil him. So if he hasn't bought you anything, maybe you should buy him something. Did you buy him something for the first anniversary, the second month at the first anniversary, or anything so on and so forth? You have to put out what you want to receive, and that's even before the savage world we live in. Okay, that's just period in a relationship. Men, although yes, the Bible says that a man is not required to love a woman as much. Oh, wait. The Bible says that a woman is not required to love a man as much as he loves her. Look it up; it's there. I posted it the other day.
Hey, okay. I don't like that because the Bible is chauvinistic, male chauvinistic. The Bible looks at women as they don't have the same, they're the lower class.
At the end of the day, and I know it's not a great thing to hear, at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. Because if you want to be treated a certain way, just mind, if you are respectant of the golden rule, then you appreciating your spouse, buying him stuff, showing him how much you appreciate him and stuff like that should not even matter. That should come automatic, period, point blank. Even if it's not written that you should love him the way that he loves you, that shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, if you say you love him and you're not in the relationship for certain goals, buying him stuff, showing him that you appreciate his stuff, running his bath water, putting candles and playing his favorite song and stuff like that, taking the stress from the day. That, trust me, because these men go through a lot, white, black, Mexican, or whatever, they go through a lot just being men. And they look to us. They look to us as their comfort. They look to us as their comfort. Their everything, their peace.
For support. Yeah.
I know you guys have heard that. They look to us as their peace. And if you cannot bring that within yourself to be his peace, then you're not for him.
So
by it not being promoted on TV, a lot of us missed out on it. So we don't, a lot. I have, like, when I was first started, I said, "Who am I being on this interview? Am I Patrick or am I my new name?" Because I've gone through this whole process of correcting that for me and my son. So there's things that are in place for us to win because we are the heirs of this country, and most people ignore it as if you just, like, well, oh, he just owns some crazy, you know okay, I mean, I'm crazy, I know that. Ask
Yeah.
my wife, my ex-wife, everybody know I'm crazy as hell. But
So wait, you
when it
say you
comes down
changed your
to it,
name? Yeah, you changed the
yes.
last name. I think Bobby used to be Bobby X. He used to be with the Nation of
Well,
Islam.
see, no, but no, I was born in. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, Chuck, I wasn't even born here. My mother went to Trinidad with my father, who was a lot older than her, because she was in. My mother Shirley used to be with the Teamsters and the Black Panther Party. So my brother was already born, and he lived with Dorothy, our grandmother. But I went to Trinidad when my mother was pregnant. She had me in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, really, on the island called Dominica. I was born to Kambi Abdul Muhammad, but Shirley changed my name to Bobby after her daddy when she brought me back here.
That's crazy.
That's
I ain't
why
never heard none of this shit. That's crazy.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's wild. And so I have like two fucking birthdays and births because in those days in the 70s, because I was born in the 70s, 75, but they didn't allow newborns to fly on the planes coming from there. So they had to change my age to 1970.
Mm.
And I didn't know I was born in 1975 until Resident showed me he said your parents lying to your dumb ass, boy. You weren't born no goddamn 70. Because he showed me a Polaroid when I was a baby. He said, how the fuck was this Polaroid say 75? You were newborn. How the fuck was you born in 70, you dumb ass? And I'm like, no, you lying. I was born in 70.
Yeah,
So I really was born in 1975. 539, you doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing fine, man.
we
I
both
think
come out the same year then. You're a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac, so.
When I found out, when I went to
Well,
get the job at the airline, and when you get the job at the airline, they tell you they have like flight attendants, they have pilots. We all in a room. We got to go through customs. No matter what your job is, you sitting in this big ass like 30, 40 people. They tell you no matter where you committed this crime at, we're gonna find it. So if you done committed a crime, you need to
better
leave
tell it.
now. Now don't you tell everybody I talk to my customers so nice. Okay? I will. I won't tell them that. Thank you, ma'am. You have a blessed night. You too, ma'am. And they tell her, well, I don't give a damn where it was. We will find it and we will arrest you and we will hold you, whoever looking for you. So some people got up, some people didn't. I didn't get up because I didn't think I did shit wrong. Turns out that I had two goddamn social security numbers under my fingerprint. So I called. So when they asked, they said this when I first came from New York. I got the job at the airline on my way here. I filled out the application in LaGuardia. When I got here, I got the job. So it was called it was Bush Continental at the time. No, it was I think it was Brown Continental at the time. I'm not sure, but I had called. They said, "Well, you have two social security numbers under your foreign fingerprint. So we need to figure out who the fuck are you? Which one are you?" And one for 1975 from a male child born.
That's
They found this shit. A male child born in Trinidad and Tobago, and a boy by the name of Bobby Hatton in America, 19
That's some crazy shit. You know, I was talking to somebody in a video recently, and we was talking about how the black moms be telling the black kids all this, like they daddy, whatever. Some stories they telling them, and then the kids go by that because they say mama. So then they believe it, and then they find out later. Because one of my cousins, he found out his mama told him his daddy died, and he found out his daddy wasn't dead. And he found his daddy on Facebook.
Yeah.
What?
And he approached his mom about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I was kind of like, the side chick or whatever, and got pregnant with you, and he had his own family or whatever. So like,
But yeah, that's the same thing when I called Sharon. I'm like, hey man, I'm up here in customs, and these people got me in custody like I'm some type of fucking immigrant or something, legal immigrant. She said, oh yeah, let me tell you what happened. Yeah, so they like so since I was a citizen, which one you want to be? I said I might stick with the motherfucker I am, 1970. But I was really deep down born in 1975.
It's gonna discipline the field nigga right in front of the house nigga. While the house nigga's washing dishes, the massa will be beating the field nigga right outside the window, and they're gonna look at the face of the house nigga to see if he grimaces at all. So
don't worry, sir. I got your back, sir.
I got So basically, that's
you want me to whoop you too?
There we go. So this is what it is. Essentially, they know that we're connected to each other, so they know if I beat if he beats your ass and I'm looking and I care about you, the least I'm gonna do, if I don't try to stop it because I'm scared, the least I'm gonna do is make a face or be distraught about it. The way that they started disconnected, they started beating us in front and then making sure they'll look at us. This is still happens today. The people the black people who are allowed to move up the corporate ladder, they're only allowed to do so after many instances of having to turn the other cheek to racism. So many times I've seen and heard, even in my lowly position, where some racist shit will happen and you gotta look the other way. I don't look the other way, but I've seen men like sitting there for lunch. It'd be the only black you see it lunchtime, particularly. It'd be 6 or 7 men from the oil rig or whatever the fuck they're working, and the one black guy. Now he's already the only nigga, and he's already having to fit in. And then now here comes the discussion about George Floyd or Trayvon Martin. He has to go along with that racist white supremative narrative in order to keep his position, because remember, the last thing you want to be considered is what? A hostile Negro, a controversial Negro, an aggressive Negro, a overly political Negro, a revolutionary Negro, a runaway Negro. So especially if you're in the field Negro position, we're considering Mr. Chaka for the vice president, the regional vice president position, the only African American that's ever reached that. You think we're gonna let him be listening to Malcolm X at night? It's not gonna happen. So what they're gonna do is, just like in the plantation in the beginning, they're gonna talk about your brothers in front of you, and they're gonna, because remember, black people. What is that? It's written all over your face. Black people, the one thing it's hard for us to do is hide the emotion. We can lie to you, but to hide our body language is hard for us because we're an expressive people. So they know that, if you're talking down on Trayvon Martin, they're going to look right in your face. Or they're going to say, George Floyd died of an overdose. It wasn't the knee on his neck. They're going to look right in your face. And if you even have the slightest grin, they're gonna this Negro is not eligible for a house position. Do you see how that correlates?
He's well qualified, but
it's just not gonna work, because remember, the name of the game is upholding the systematic enforcement of rights.
That's what I say, man. And